Hi, I'm Rob from robandphoto.com, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing and looking at bulbs. That's right, compact fluorescent bulbs. You may well be saying, whoa, Rob, what's going on? Normally review photography stuff, technical gadgets. What's this with bulbs? Well, if you're into recording YouTube videos like I am, I try and put out as many as I can. One of the great challenges is getting your videos to look okay. And if you've been a watcher of my YouTube channel over the last few years, you'll know that the video quality does tend to, go up and down, mainly down quite a lot. And I've tried in lots of different ways to make my video look better by trying different cameras, but it's always been on a real budget. And you'll notice that some of them are taken on really cheap little cameras, which might look all right, but the lighting conditions vary. And even when I swapped over to using the Logitech C920 HD webcam, which I'm recording this with now, or my Canon 600D, I used a big halogen bulb for a long time. You used to have this big halogen 500 watt light up about here with an umbrella across it, so it would give me really nice wraparound soft light. But even when I adjusted the white balance on my 600D T3i or the C920 webcam, it was never quite right. So a couple of months ago, I said, sod it. What I really need is some daylight balanced bulbs, because when you're doing video cameras, whether it be a webcam, a DSLR, or a dedicated video camera, they like natural light. They just love it. Because if it's balanced for daylight, you tend to get more natural looking colours and skin tones. So hopefully in this video, what you should be able to see behind me there is some nice yellow bananas, a white Wii over my left shoulder, sort of to your right, and it should look kind of okay. But the problem is if you use unbalanced sources like halogen lights or tungstens, even if you correct that colour balance, often the whole spectrum, because the whole spectrum wasn't there in the first place, you can never get the colours quite right. Now, I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm just looking for a light that kind of looks okay, that isn't completely distracting. And hopefully, apart from that bright light that's right behind my head there, these lights shouldn't be too distracting. Because what these are very, very cheap compact fluorescent bulbs that are balanced to be hopefully pretty close to daylight. They're 20 watts, which means they're the equivalent of an old 100 watt tungsten bulb, and they're called Purelite. That's Purelite, made by the Craft Factory. Now, these are on Amazon.co.uk. They're probably on eBay.co.uk. They're about £5 or £6, or I got mine from the Range in the UK, which is a store in the Range. Now, I had a quick look at Amazon.com and I couldn't see them, but there's lots of compact fluorescents on there that are daylight balanced, so you should have no problem picking up these up. And these are very, very cheap. I said £6 each. Now, at our local Range, they do two versions. They do the bayonet fitting and they do the Edison screw fitting. So buy the one that's right for your particular light fittings. And what I've basically got here is just sort of camera left, which is up there. I've got a table lamp with the cover off, with the tube in, and camera left, I've got another table lamp, and they're at slightly different heights to kind of vary the look. There's no diffusion on them, there's no shade on them, so they're quite a hard light source, because they're quite small, so you've got to watch out for harsh shadows, and especially when you're starting to getting a bit sweaty in front of the camera, you can kind of see that. But for a budget option, I think they're very, very good indeed. Now, I know you can alter the white balance in post-production, but in order to save time and all that sort of stuff, it can be good to try and get it in camera. And again, if you've got a Logitech C920 webcam or any of the Logitech webcams, you know that they have a problem with lip syncing. In fact, I think all webcams have a problem with lip syncing. They're not really designed to record long-form videos on, and the fact that all this data has to come from the camera down the USB into the laptop or the computer, and then kind of be synced up, lots of the times it doesn't quite work. So anything you can do to reduce the workload of the camera, i.e. turning off auto white balance, turning off auto exposure, turning off everything that makes it think can really, really help. And by having this sort of situation here where the setup on the C920 basically is that I've got manual white balance, so I've just set it so to what I think is okay. I've got manual exposure, which basically all you do is you have all the automatic things on and then you turn them all off. And then I nudge the exposure up a little bit and you get what you can see on the screen there. And the idea with that is that it will make the C920 work a little bit better, and it shouldn't have its lip sync problems, which is quite notorious for when you're recording high quality video with it. So what we're getting here is nice, consistent, even white light. Now, you probably could you use these for still photography? They're not that bright. They're not that bright. So you'd probably you'd have your camera on a tripod, and as I say, they're quite a hard light because they're not that powerful. So if you put a umbrella in front of them or something to soften them, you're going to lose an awful lot of light that way. Maybe you could use them with a bit of a modelling light, but really, I think, you know, for this sort of thing, for £6 each, you're really looking. It's really just for video. And remember the kind of rule of how lights work. So if you have one light, to double the power, you need 2. But if you want to double the power after that, you need 4. And then to double the power after that, you'd need 8. So, I mean, you can see the results I'm getting here. I mean, in this particular room, there's no other light sources on. We've got the two 20 watt bulbs, 100 watt equivalents. There's a big conservatory entrance to my right that we've got some ambient light coming through, but not too much because it's quite a dull day. And we have like a canopy over the first bit of our garden. So this gives me a nice consistent light source to do it that way. So if you're into recording videos at home for YouTube and you want a better light source and you want to do it cheaply and you've got some old, I say old, what I do is I borrow Suzanne's table lights, take the shades off, put my lights in, record my video, and then before she comes home, or maybe if she comes downstairs, I put them back again. These could be for you. Again, they're by the Craft Factory. They're called Purelite. They're on amazon.co.uk, but you can find equivalents. And well, I think they work really good. And for for less than £15, it's a great solution. Now, if you want to contact me and ask me any questions, email me scalespeeder@gmail.com, or you can put comments in the comment section below on YouTube, or if you're on robnunphoto.com, just write something down there. If you like the videos I produce, please subscribe and like and all that sort of business and share. And anyway, my name's Rob from robnunphoto.com, and hopefully pretty soon I'll be seeing you again.